Disclosure.
Hey, are your ideas for global takeover falling apart? Are you losing sleep over humanity's mass awakening? Is false flag terrorism fizzling out? Global warming gone cold on you? Do you want those global warming deniers to just go away? Are all your phony economic crises being exposed? Is the price of gold defying all your attempts to fix it? Isn't killing the Gulf of Mexico and poisoning millions of people reducing the population fast enough for you? War, famine, and GM food not getting it done either? No? Well, don't give up. Get disclosure. You'll be able to unite mankind with a phony problem and enslave them with one world government and taxes. Yes, disclosure. Your one-stop shop for full spectrum dominance. But wait, there's more. Sign up for Disclosure today and you'll get problem, reaction, solution absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free. Act now to be entered into our fabulous propaganda prize draw. Disclosure. Our surveys show that 9 out of 10 world leaders prefer it. Disclosure. Cleansing the minds of the unwashed masses with a tantalizing, terrifying, taxable new reality. I'm only going to say this 3 times. Disclosure! Disclosure! Aliens may or may not be real. Your home may be at risk from those possible aliens. No major credit cards accepted because there is only one currency under a one world government. Prepare to die screaming, probably. Disclosure is compatible with Project Bluebeam. Do not employ critical thinking.
An astronomer in Canada says he detected a mysterious radio signal from space, but doesn't know where it came from. He posted the details on a website for astronomers, claiming that the radio signal has one of the lowest frequencies that they've ever picked up. Back in 1988, some scientists picked up a radio signal. They found out 17 years later that it was from a microwave. Let's bring in Michio Kaku. He's a theoretical physicist and the author of The Future of Humanity, about humans eventually building a sustainable civilization in space. It's great to have you. Thank you.
Glad to be on.
What is this?
Well, this is the biggest, strangest mystery in all the universe at the present time.
Wow.
These are called fast radio bursts. They are explosions in space with the power of 500 million stars, and they vanish without a trace in a split second. So astronomers are scratching their heads. What could cause such a flash of light for a brief second and then disappear? Now, we've gone through the usual subjects like colliding neutron stars, black holes, and stuff like that.
It's none of that.
None of them seem to work except one possibility, which is little green men.
3I Atlas. A spaceship, according to Cuckoo Bird here. That's why I like to call him the Cuckoo Bird. This is a 15-minute speech putting the fear into the human race that they're coming. The final card. But this is AI generated. Reason I can tell that? Down here, the hand. It never moves. Supposedly a hand holding a microphone's what it looks like. He moves, but the hand never budges. This AI is just reading a script, and they're buying it.
I need to tell you something that's been keeping me awake for the past 72 hours. Something that fundamentally changes everything we thought we understood about 3I Atlas. And I'm not speaking as a science communicator trying to generate headlines. I'm speaking as a theoretical physicist who has spent 5 decades studying the laws that govern our universe, and I'm telling you right now, those laws are being violated in ways we didn't think possible. 3 days ago, on October 20th, 2025, the James Webb Space Telescope completed what was supposed to be a routine spectroscopic analysis of 3I Atlas as it approached its perihelion passage. The data came back, and when the team at the Space Telescope Science Institute saw the results, they immediately called an emergency session. I was on that call, and what I heard made my blood run cold. We were wrong about 3I Atlas, not slightly wrong, catastrophically wrong, because this object isn't just hollow, as Avi Loeb suggested. It isn't just decelerating in ways that violate natural physics. The truth is far more extraordinary and far more terrifying than any of us were prepared to accept. The Webb telescope detected something that shouldn't exist. Inside that hollow cavity we've been discussing, there's an energy signature.
Now there's a lower frequency that you're still hearing.
That's right. A few months ago, they were able to locate the location of one of these bursts, and it's 3 billion light years away in another galaxy far, far away. And then just this week, they found the lowest frequency of these bursters. And so we're just scratching our heads right now. What could possibly cause a repeating burst and a low frequency burst?
Hit us up when you figure it out.
Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No, there is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
Avi Loeb joins us now. He's the head of the Galileo Project, director of Harvard University's Institute for Theory and Computation, and author of the book Extraterrestrial. Okay, Avi, we've had you on so many times. I always love talking to you about this. Any more of a clue as to what this thing is or is not?
Well, we are still waiting for NASA to release an image, the highest resolution image with 30 kilometers per pixel that was obtained on October 2nd by the HiRISE camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. We are seeing the anti-tail that was pointed towards the sun, opposite to what we see in the context of comets, and now changing direction and going away from the sun, the more conventional way. We don't know what the reason is. And as you pointed out, we see some unusual composition of nickel with very little iron that we only find in industrially produced nickel alloys. And the size of the object, it's at least 1,000 times more massive than the previous interstellar objects we've seen. And the question is, why is such a giant object delivered to our inner solar system when we saw only small ones before? And it comes along the plane of the planets around the sun, and it comes close to Mars, Jupiter, and we just have to monitor it. And gladly, yesterday, the International Asteroid Warning organization network decided to have a campaign starting on November 27th until January 27th, where it will coordinate using all the assets we have on Earth and in space to get as much data as possible about this mysterious object. And, that would be a great blessing, irrespective of whether it's natural or technological. But if it happens to do a maneuver when it comes close to the sun, the way spacecraft do, using gravitational assist from the sun, that would definitely affect the markets, the financial markets, and politics on Earth.
Why? Because everybody will suddenly feel like, uh-oh, we've just been invaded? I mean, because if it does a maneuver around the sun, that would show it's not a natural object, right?
Yes, it will be a technological signature, but it could be also a mothership that releases mini probes that maneuver. And so I tasked the research team of the Galileo project. We have 3 observatories monitoring the sky to check for any unusual activity in the coming months. We have also orbiters around Mars that could check for unusual activity there. So I think we should keep our eyes open and not assume anything, because it could be a black swan event where something that looks natural at first ends up being like a Trojan horse, and because the implications are so huge for humanity, we must consider it seriously.
And you just put an article out, like literally just posted a few minutes ago. I wonder, the last line of this article you write, 3i Atlas will get closest to Earth on December 19th, 2025. Here's hoping that by then we will know more about our dating partner in this interstellar blind date. You know, are you the only person? Are there other people who are sharing your concern about what this object is and about the fact, the possibility that it could be something that is not natural?
Oh, definitely. There is a huge amount of interest. I was just invited to Washington, D.C. to speak with congresspeople and others. I'm speaking with Joe Rogan in a couple of days on his podcast. There is a lot of people who really want to learn more about it. There is also misinformation, of course, but the beauty of science is that we should be guided by data. And this is an excellent opportunity also to attract young people to science because it's exciting. And the implications of the findings that we will have in the coming months could be very significant, and we should do the same for future objects of this nature.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
I should
Joe
say
Rogan's
one more
really
thing.
big into space,
I mean, I should say one thing about blind dates. You know, you often assume that the partner, the dating partner, would be very friendly, but you have to worry about the serial killers as well.
Okay, Avi Loeb with a lot of warnings for everybody tonight. Avi, you're one of my favorite guests. Come back soon once we know more.
I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does, I remember my parents waking me up and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. See, you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, but what we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved top radio and listened.
Talking about you know, how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said contact light, engine stop,
It was
and a few
exciting.
other things, and then Neil said, Houston, Tranquility Base, the Eagle has landed.
That's just
Man, how about that?
that was very exciting.
Not a bad line.
Tang, the drink the astronauts took to the moon.
Astronauts to the moon.